have a sore throat. I'm home. Surprise. Here, I'll do the intro first, okay? Okay. Hi, hello everyone. My name is Rachel and welcome back to my channel. Update, I am home. Look at me. The position that I had was a lot shorter than originally thought. So I am already back home. Me and Clark have been reunited and I feel complete again. We are back with Clark and we are hip hop happening. What? Okay, anyways. Today, what I thought that I would do, since while I was gone, I did a ton of book shopping, I thought that I would do a haul. My haul is not going to include the books that I got for like my book shopping vlog video. Those won't be included in this. These books are all books that I have gotten while I was there, a few books that I got beforehand for like book of the month, all the books that I haven't talked about yet on this channel that I've gotten and that I have not read yet. I still have 11 books to chat about. You know how my book haul videos go. I have not prepared. I have not looked at the back of them. I'm gonna be basically going off of memory of what I think they are about. Just 3 sentences, what I think they are about, then I'll read the back and I will see just how well I did. Something that I have learned about myself is I say titles wrong all the time and I say authors' names wrong all the time. And honestly, even after I read descriptions, like right after I give description, like read the description, then I re-say the description, I still somehow get it wrong. So, little trick with these is if you want to know the actual name and actual author of all the books that I talk about, I list them all below in the description. That is where you will find the correct name, correct author, and if you want to look up the correct description, look on Goodreads. With that, let's go ahead and get started. So a few of these books I actually got for free because my job was packing up books to go to schools. I got some of the damaged books for free. So the first book that I got is Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. This is a YA thriller. And this one I remember because the description is super short. It's about this girl whose friend, I believe, goes missing, but nobody in her community cares until a year later they find her. I'm assuming they find her body, but maybe they find her alive and well. I'm assuming not. And so let's see how I did. Yeah, I'm right. In fact, I'll just read it to you because it's literally 3 sentences. This is the story of how my best friend disappeared, how nobody noticed she was gone except me, and how nobody cared until they found her, ... 1 year later. So I think I nailed it. I have never read a Tiffany D. Jackson book, so I am very fascinated. What more can I say? So this one, first one, boom. The next book that I got for free, you will see how it is damaged, and it is The Downstairs Girl by Stacy Lee. I have never read a Reese YA book club book. That's part of the reason why I picked this one up, but also this book, 3 sentences. It is about a girl from Atlanta in like the 1890s, I think. She works for a mean family, but she writes under a pseudonym for the paper, and everyone loves her column. And basically it's the story of people trying to find out who she is while she is also trying to figure out who her parents, I think, are, because she was adopted. How did I do? Her opponents clamor to uncover the secret identity of Miss Sweetie. A mysterious letter sets Jo off on a search for her own past and the parents who abandoned her as a baby. So I think I was pretty right. Sounds very interesting. I had posted this on my Instagram and someone said that like they loved this book, so I'm very intrigued to get into it. this one. The next and last book that I got for free is Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson. As you can see, she's the same author of this one. I really hope I love her writing since I've gotten 2 of her books. This one is another YA thriller, and I believe this one is about a girl who is trying to break into the music industry. A famous R&B artist spots her and like brings her in to like jumpstart her career. However, she wakes up with zero memory of what happened and the blood of this famous R&B artist like on her hands. Let's see, I'm pretty sure, yeah. Again, it's another super short description, so I could just read it to you. When legendary R&B artist Corey Fields spots Enchanted Jones at an audition, her dreams of being a famous singer take flight until Enchanted wakes up with blood on her hands and zero memory of the previous night. Who killed Corey Fields? So sounds good. Sounds fascinating. The next book that I got, I feel like I got a few months ago, and it is The Diamond Eye by Quinn. I'm not sure if I've read a Quinn book. This one is a historical fiction, and I believe it is about a girl who actually works as like a librarian it's like World War II. She works as a librarian, but then becomes a spy. And that's all I got. What did I do? Based on an amazing true story. Oh, wow. This is based on a true story. It's got a little flap in here. What is that? Okay. On the unforgettable World War II tale of a quiet bookworm who becomes history's deadliest female sniper. Okay, no wonder I picked this book up. That sounds badass. Organizes her life around her library job and her young son, and she joins the fight, and she becomes Lady Death. Oh, and then she becomes friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. Like an accident happens, and then she's jettisoned off to the United States and becomes good friends with Eleanor Roosevelt. Wow. This sounds fascinating. No wonder I picked it up. Wow, I forgot. I hope Quinn's writing is really good. Like, that's the true test. The next book that I got as an extra for Book of the Month, and it is No Exit by Taylor Adams. It is a thriller. I believe what this one is 3 sentences. A girl who's on a road trip, and her and this whole group of random people get stuck in the middle of nowhere at like a gas station or a diner because the weather is really crazy, and so they get stuck. While she's there, she spots in one of the vehicles like a girl in a cage, and so she's trying to figure out who there has kidnapped a girl and like try and like basically save her. I think I'm spot on. At a remote highway rest stop, yep. In the back of the van parked next to her car is a little girl locked in an animal crate. Basically, she's trying to figure out who there at the rest stop is trying to steal a little girl and like try and save her and stuff like that. Sounds terrifying. I may save this for winter though, because it's obviously giving winter vibes. I'm intrigued and also terrified, so. The next book I have is also from Book of the Month, and it is The Collected Regrets of Clover by Mikki Brammer. This one I actually had on my big year TBR that I really wanted to read and get, and so I was super excited when I saw that this one was available on Book of the Month. It is about a girl who is a death doula, and I believe one of the people that she is helping for their end of their days actually has like one more task that they would like to do before they die. And so as a death doula, she goes with this lady to do this one last task. And I guess it's kind of like a fun-loving like road trip situation. Along the way, Clover not only helps this lady, but she finds herself, I think. How did I do? Death she gets. It's life she can't quite figure out. Oh, that's so sad. the like little blurb at the top is, what's the point of giving someone a beautiful death if you can't give yourself a beautiful life? Wow. That's sad. Spends so much of her time with the dying that she has no life of her own. The final wishes of a feisty old woman send Clover on a road trip across the country to uncover a forgotten love story. Clover is forced to examine what she really wants and whether she'll have the courage to go after it. So, it sounds like heartwarming and bittersweet and terrifying and sad and beautiful and funny and all those things combined. Because, I mean, death doula, you have to imagine that there's going to be a sad death in here. But let's hope that it's great. I'm glad I got it. Okay, the next book that I got, you may not be surprised about because of my guessing the plot of popular books video, is Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Since I literally just looked up the description of this, you'd think I'd be really good with this one. Let's see. It's a workplace enemies to lovers romance. This girl who is a doctor is trying to get a promotion. She also just went through a divorce, and she's also trying to find a kidney transplant for her brother. And she works with this other doctor who is the worst, apparently. And he is also going for the same promotion that she is. However, he wants to make nice with her, so he writes her an actual letter. And then they start exchanging letters, and she learns that, oh, he's not actually an asshole. He's actually great. And wait a second, do I have feelings for him? And I think he also finds a kidney for her brother. I feel like maybe the entire plot of the story is written on the back, because I'm assuming that they end up together. So we already know how the tables turn in which she starts to like him. It's the letters. We already know that I think he finds a kidney. Yeah, it says Jacob decides to give Brianna the best gift imaginable, a kidney for her brother. She wonders just how she can resist this quietly sexy new doctor, especially when he calls in a favor she can't refuse. He calls in a favor! Maybe that's the thing. Maybe that's the surprise. Sounds cute, though. I've never read an Abby Jimenez book, and so I'll be fascinated to see if I enjoy her writing as much as it seems like everyone else does. So, sounds cute. Excited to give this one a shot. The next book that I got is This Time Tomorrow by Straub. A big reason why I got this is because of this. Right here. Right here. It says Remarkable, and it's from Oprah Daily. Not even from Oprah herself, but Oprah Daily says that. I'm getting it. This one is like a time traveler literary fiction book. So a woman who is very content with her life. However, her father is currently dying. She's in her 40s. I feel like I'm saying this backwards. This woman, she's in her early 40s. She's very content with her life. However, her father is ailing/dying. And the next morning when she wakes up, it's her 16th birthday. And she is reliving her 16th birthday back in 1990 something. Not only is she shocked by her adolescent body and that her old school crush is there, but also her happy, hearty father, 40-something father who is there. I think it's kind of a thing of like realizing who her father was and like finding new appreciation for her father. And I think honestly it sounds like it's probably going to be a really sad one. I'm assuming that this is going to give vibes since it's in the 90s, but also I just have a feeling that it's going to be also heartwarming in the sense of her becoming reacquainted with her father when he was younger and more vibrant. Did I describe that okay? Yeah, reliving her 16th birthday, but it isn't just her adolescent body that shocks her, or seeing her high school crush. It's her dad, the vital, charming 40-something version of her father with whom she is reunited. Is there anything that she would change if she could? Sounds cute, very intrigued, so fascinated to read this one, but I need to mentally prepare because I have a feeling Probably gonna make me cry. The next book that I got may come as a bit of a shock. It is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. I have yet to read this one by her. This is the only one of her books that I haven't read yet, which you may be thinking like, Rachel, you're going to be so disappointed because it's not as good as her newer books. And you know what? I think more than anything, I'm going to be reading this just to look at where her writing style started versus where it is now. I have a feeling I'm still going to enjoy it. Enjoy it for the vibes, enjoy it for Emily Henry and just her storytelling. I'm trying to, what is this book? This is a second chance friends to lovers. And her old best friend decide to go on a vacation together to kind of rekindle their friendship. She is like super outgoing. He is very quiet and bookish. Something had happened in their past to where like they no longer talked for a long time, and so this vacation is really like the last chance of them ever, forging a relationship or being friends. How did I do? I think I did great. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. Bella Swan, is that you? Okay, sorry. She's in New York until 2 years ago when they ruined everything. They haven't spoken since. Now she has a week to fix everything, if only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? I'm assuming it's because they're like in love with each other. Like, I'm assuming that that's the issue. When it's like that's the issue, be together, kids. What's wrong with you? So, excited to read that one. The next book that I got is Meet Me at the Lake by Carley Fortune. I just recently read her Every Summer After book, and so I've heard that this one is not as good as that one. So going into it knowing that, I'm probably going to enjoy it. This is one where I believe the main characters, no, maybe just the girl. The girl was going through something. She meets this guy. They spend a wonderful day together, and they promise that they're going to meet up on this day next year. However, she shows up, he does not, which makes her very sad, and she ends up having to go and help out at her mom's lake house resort, and the guy shows up, and I guess he like tries to help her and stuff. Honestly, knowing from the premise itself, like, yeah, I can guess that this one probably won't be my favorite, because the types of books where like a person spends one day together and then like years later it's like, I've loved you ever since, I just find those very unbelievable. The fact that it's like going to be that type of trope already has stuff stacked against it, but just depending too on, the editing, writing style, whether or not it's as polished as Every Summer After, we'll just see. How did I do? Yep. Yeah. I'm right. But how can she possibly trust this expensive suit-wearing mirage who seems nothing like the young man she met all those years ago? How long ago did they meet? A chance encounter that spiraled into a day-long adventure in the city. No, and then at 32, so like this is like way after, almost a decade after, and he shows up. Like that type of stuff, like that's just hard. That's hard for me to like fully believe. So I am still excited to read it because I do think it will give vibes, and I think it will still be a fun one. It's probably better than a lot of other books out there, so I am still pumped to read it. And the last book that I bought is Summer Reading by Jenn McKinlay. It is about a girl who's trying to rekindle her love of being a chef. She's kind of taking a break from being a chef, and so she goes to care for, I don't know, some kid over the summer. He has to do like this robotics summer program at the library, so like she takes him there, and while she's there she runs into a very handsome and very aggravatingly pretentious, I don't know, man. I'm sure they fall in love, but from the man's perspective, he is there at the library because he's trying to figure out who his father is. It's like a Mamma Mia situation. He's trying to like relive his mother's summer there because that's where he was conceived. So he's like trying to figure out his past. How did I do? That's way more than 3 sentences, by the way. I'm awful at this game. This game that I created. When a woman who'd rather do anything than read meets a swoon-worthy bookworm, sparks fly, making for one hot summer fling. Yeah, I'm basically right. Yep, goes to a summer on Martha's Vineyard at her family's tiny cottage. Yep, library's interim director turns out to be a hot reader guy whose book she accidentally destroyed on the ferry ride to the island. Oh, and then he is there to find his father. As soon as Sam knocks his book into the ocean, he can't stop thinking about her. So again, just seems like a insta romance. So we'll see. Probably will be a 3 stars. Summer reading. And that is it. These are all the books that I have gotten kind of recently / just haven't mentioned yet. Which, yeah, there's a lot here. And I am going to be slowing down quite a bit on my book buying because I'm not going to be around anywhere that I can buy books. So while I'm around it, I'm going to be buying books because I don't have the opportunity all year round. So that's why I have a whole bunch of books. And it's not even all the books that I have gotten. Keep that in mind as well. Okay. And with that, that is the end of today's video. Let me know if you've read any of these books or if you've picked up any of these books, if you're excited to read any of them, or if you've loved any of them, or if you haven't liked any of them. Let me know. Would love to hear your thoughts. And yeah, I will talk to you all again soon. Okay, bye!